home watching Sesame Street, or probably even before I started school watching Sesame Street, and having them to reinforce all the things that my parents had already instilled in me as far as, values and citizenship and my alphabet and colors and shapes and how to get along with friends when you have a disagreement. But the public broadcasting system, PBS Learning Center, is another way for you to tap into the educational resources that are free and available to you. Also, I wanted to bring to you all the online homeschooling resource that is available for those out there who want to be homeschool moms or dads or guardians. And with that homeschooling aspect, they provide in there is a free newsletter for a Homeschool Moms newsletter, and that's homeschoolmoms.com. They provide a weekly meal plan. So for moms who are searching out, or dads or guardians who are seeking out different meal plans for the week, they also have a teaching calendar that is very helpful. And I'll just give you a rundown of just the things that they have posted on their learning teaching calendar for the month of December. They talked about the Pearl Harbor Day, South Pole first reached in 1911, the Bill of Rights Day, the Boston Tea Party, South Carolina first to succeed in 1860, the Pilgrims embarked Plymouth, Hanukkah, and they talk about Christmas, the tsunami in the Indian Ocean in 2004, Endangered Species Act that was passed in 1973, and World War II ends in 1946. And so these are links that they also talk about December holidays around the world and educating the world through lesson plans, information, activities, crafts, things that your child or your student can explore as far as holidays around the world and in different countries, such as Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Yule, Boxing Day, and much more. So those are some of the things that the homeschooling online resource offers. Um, and one of the things that I wanted to tap into for our quote for this week, which is, from Abraham Lincoln, that some achieve great success is proof that all others can achieve it as well. Through these history lessons, we can learn that, there are things that are achievable, and these people were the same as you and I. They had the same capabilities, the same knowledge, and we know that not everyone is operating on the um, same knowledge base or the same knowledge level. But those who do have the academic potential to be able to be successful, all of us can be taught in different ways, and we know that we learn in different ways. And so not everything is going to be applicable to your child or to your student, but our job in this new era, in this new age of education that we're moving into, definitely into this new decade, things are changing. The world is changing. So the things that just because they've been successful in the past, we may be able to tap into ways that we can be more successful in the future. And thinking about learning resources as a whole and what community treasures we may be passing up. What is our true intention in education? What kind of community resources do we have at our fingertips? And what does it look like? For our students in the future. Some of the educational resources, as you guys know out there, I am in Troy, Alabama, which is 45 miles south, approximately, of Montgomery, Alabama, and some of the historical aspects of where I live have, of course, been impactful throughout the nation. And so, for those of us who are in this area, we can tap into um, many of the historical sites that are in the area. I know that with my family reunions we started years ago, no matter what city, state, or we were in, we would also tap into what is the historical aspects of this particular community or city or state. And we've had an opportunity to visit a lot of landmarks. Um, One of the treasures, or a few of the treasures here in the Montgomery and surrounding areas, are the Civil Rights Memorial at the Southern Poverty Law Center. They also have Teaching Tolerance, and you can sign up for that. It's free downloadable material that teaches tolerance in schools. You can sign up for their magazine on teaching tolerance for the Southern Poverty Law Center. That's a great asset and educational resource for you and your students, and even your schools if you want it in the public schools or charter school area. And you can use that as a teaching resource for you. Also, we have the Rosa Parks Museum, which is a part of the Troy University Montgomery campus, where they have the children's wing and the adult wing, where they can learn about the Montgomery bus boycott and how they all came about. We also have in the area the City for the Study of Civil Rights and African American Culture at Alabama State University. We have the Freedom Rides Museum, the Dexter Avenue Parsonage, where Martin Luther King Jr. stayed while he was the pastor at Dexter Avenue Baptist Church. And of course, we have the Dexter Avenue Baptist Church that we could tour here as well. The National Voting Rights Museum in Selma, the National Interpretive Center in Selma, the Lowndes Interpretive Center, the Legacy Museum at Tuskegee University in Tuskegee, Alabama, the Montgomery, the George Washington Carver Museum in Tuskegee, Alabama, and the Tuskegee Airmen National Museum in Tuskegee. We also have about an hour and a half away from Troy, Alabama, the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute. And for those of you who have not heard about the Equal Justice Initiative Museum, the EJI Museum, they're on Twitter, Instagram, and also on Facebook, but they also have their national website. I encourage you to go to the Equal Justice Initiative Museum, which is new in downtown Montgomery, Alabama, and it's very impactful museum, and it talks about just the history of slavery and the history of mass incarceration in the United States. And so these are teaching tools and aspects that are at our fingertips, and we can actually take all these community treasures and community historical markers and learn about how does it work in our lives, and what are we fundamentally doing for our students to make sure that they succeed. Remember, there are possibilities that we have not yet tapped into, and our children are definitely the future of education and the core of who we are and what we are. I can still remember my kindergarten teacher, and my elementary school principal, and my second grade teacher, and what they poured into me and how impactful they have been in my life. And so we want our children to also have those same experiences of what people have been instrumental, what mentors in my life have poured into me. Remember, when we're teaching our children, we're pouring into them as individuals, into their hearts, because we don't want to just spew out information and not let them know that we care about them. Because again, what are we doing wrong that we have such this mass insurgence of homeschoolers or unschooling populations because our children are too scared or too intimidated to actually go into the public school system. And that's not where we want to be as a nation. And so we want to look at that. But these are all credible resources that are available to us, and we've talked about a number of them. But I want to hear from you. You can send me a message on Spreaker. You can send me a message on Twitter or Instagram. But we want to know kind of how you're feeling about it. On next week's show, we're going to be talking with Logica Education about their math resources that they have available out there. But the New Heights show on education, the New Heights Educational Group is, again, passionate about bringing resources to your community, whether you're in the public school sector, private school, charter school, or if you're interested in homeschooling or unschooling, they have a plethora of information out there for you to be able to provide educational resources to your students. And I just want to tell you again how grateful I am that you have joined me on this New Year's Eve and going into this new era, into this new decade of education. And I hope that we provide a lot of light, love, peace, and blessings to all of our students who are going to be the future of our education system. So we want to make sure that we get this one right. And we want to make sure that we're doing everything that we can to be true and intentional about the resources that we provide to our students, not handing them over for resources' sake, but to actually be able to touch the hearts, minds, and impact the future of our nation and impact the future of our world.
Here are your announcements for the month of December. Happy birthday to the following people: Priya Kedharnath, Heather Ruggiero on December 3rd, Geetha Lingasamy on December 4th, Lindsay Clark December 5th, Roberta Perkins on December 19th, Erica Hansen on December 20th, Tanushri Tawari on December 25th, and happy anniversary to Michelle Shockey and Shannon Williamson on December 17th. Other exciting updates from the New Heights Educational Group includes the following. And please don't forget to donate to the New Heights Educational Group this holiday season. You can also visit our website and click on Amazon Smile when shopping on Amazon. That way NHEG receives a portion of the sales. A thought for you is also we have had over 327,000 listeners for our radio show. If each of those people donated $1, that would help New Heights Educational Group tremendously with reaching those that need services. The New Heights Educational Group will be launching a new site for their New Heights Show on Education very soon. It has never been easier to listen to our shows. Check them out now. The new site is brought to you by Silicon Valley High School. You can also visit our discounted and free online courses to view the newly added courses for us and Silicon Valley High School. Anyone at any age can earn their diploma through Silicon Valley High School. You will really want to check out their $95 courses. We also want to announce a new partnership with Buffy Williams, who's also a host of one of our shows. Her books can be found on our recommended books page on the Learning Annex, and you will also see her books added to some of our curriculum, like the genealogy course that's on our site. We want to give a special thank you to Senator Sherrod Brown for his recent recognition. We really appreciate your thoughtful certificate from the United States Senate. Thank you also to Walmart of Defiance and Walmart of Napoleon. They both sent us a check for $500. We couldn't do what we do without support of businesses like Walmart that appreciate our educational efforts. If you like what you hear on our show, please consider sponsoring it. There are only 2 more spots available for sponsors. Everyone here at NHEG wants to wish you and your family a happy and safe holiday season. Happy Hanukkah and Merry Christmas. See you next month.
Right now, you might be struggling through your classes or even failing them. You might be worried that you may not finish high school. There might have even been a thought that you may not be smart enough. Well, the New Heights Educational Group begs to differ. We not only think you are smart enough, but with our help, you will complete your high school diploma. The New Heights Educational Group strives to improve your academic success through its tutoring services. To learn more, please visit newheightseducation.org and contact us. New Heights Educational Group, educational resources to help reach your goals.
We hope that you join us next week. That's our time, and you have been listening to the New Heights Show on Education. I'm your host, Buffy Williams. If you like what you've heard, search for us on your smart speaker